Base it your death on empty, barren hollows. And when we are to follow this, base it your mind on the Dharma. And the meaning of the Dharma is the teaching, like 84,000 teaching of the Buddhas, and the Buddha's teaching of the 84,000 Dharma. It's when you say the general, the Dharma, and it's difficult to catch what it is really. But this morning we a little bit kind of base it to studying the entrance door of the Dharma is the like a generally understanding of the samsara related to the four reminders, the truth of the human existence, truth of the impermanent, and the truth of causality, and also the truth of the defect of the samsara. And we understood the human existence. It is marvelous. It is difficult, it is wonderful, difficult to get, and this kind of opportunity or the obtainment. Once we obtain this level, and we need to do something for benefit, for future benefit. And also to just obtain this human existence is not forever. It is very much impermanent. And we understood that, and then it's like we are try to practice Dharma, put our mind on the Dharma. Then it's like and also it's like when we understood the nature of the samsara, we understood the beneficial of the nirvana. And between this bridge, between these transportations, between this vehicle to journey or to traveling from the samsara to the nirvana, we need to rely on the vehicle of the Dharma. And then first is the entrance door of the Dharma. It is the renunciation. And this one is like really showing to us why we need to practice Dharma, why we concern in the Dharma, Buddha Dharma. And we understand the great methods of Dharma, and according to the analysis or the analysis of the four reminders, then we be on the Dharma. Mind is. Then how we can to practice, how we can to be in the transcribe, not transcribe, the vehicle or the craft, like kind of boat, vehicles, which is the Dharma, how we can to enter inside. And then we need to first base it compassion, kindness. This we call the bodhicitta, And we say it's like aspiration bodhicitta, application bodhicitta, and this is more relative bodhicitta. It's necessary. And then it's like also the absolute bodhicitta, which is the realization of the true nature reality. And the nature reality, it's just like how we can to have the image of the true nature realities. That is like kind of view. We say it's like a principal dharma is a bodhicitta. The leg of the dharma is the view. And the view of the all, how it is the function of the phenomena, included mind. And there's many kind of to need to get the informations about the phenomena of the samsara, phenomena of the nirvana, phenomena of the sorrow, and phenomena of happiness. And also it's like this kind of alternation or alternate, or it's like a reference, or like both sides, which is samsara and nirvana. And also it's like these are the separation or not. Samsara is do it connect to the nirvana. Nirvana is do connect to the samsara. All these two are the completely separate, different. Of course, it is in the relatively, it looks like different suffering. Samsara is not nirvana. Nirvana is not samsara. That we understood. But the essential lies, or the essential point of the samsara and nirvana is not different. This kind of symbolic message by the Buddha, he say, form is empty, empty is form. Form is not different to emptiness, empty is not different to the forms. Also, we can to say is samsara is nirvana, nirvana is samsara. Samsara is not different than nirvana, nirvana is not different to the samsara. The nature essence of the both are the not different. It's both samsara and nirvana is expression, discipline, the movement of the nature of the samsara and nirvana. And the essence nature of the samsara and nirvana, nothing there is different. It's same. And the nature of the samsara and nirvana's perspective, there's no this kind of deviation, dualistic concept. And both is just not different than the true nature. Nature is also permeated. Nature is the reality, is the samsara and nirvana. Then it's like we understood this nature, basic foundation of the samsara and nirvana. Then is we don't need to abandon samsara. We don't need to collect nirvana. Because this is a great united, the unification of the samsara and nirvana. And we can take example into our minds. There's the sorrow feeling and the happy feelings. But this both, in the relatively, it is different. Sorrow is not happy, happy is not sorrow. But reality is this is both is expression of our essential minds. This is both is like kind of the movement of our essential mind. The essential principle mind, it is not sorrow is not contaminated happiness. The source of the both. And it's very much relevant. It's to be the mind, or mind is to be the sorrow or the happy. There's no fixations. There's such openness, tolerant. But in this movement, until we reach the enlightenment, to be in the relative realities, we are obvious, relative is relative, absolute is absolute. Immediately difficult to maintain this unification of the truth. And mind in the sorrow and the happiness, samsara, nirvana. But we need to try right now and to learn to study this great unification of the true truth, or the great unification of the sorrow and the happiness. There's kind of one single pointed, one test of the samsara nirvana. That one is like when we establish like a general understanding, or general like the feature or realizations should to be in our minds. If minds have had this kind of position, purposes, or the realization or the thoughts, mind is more free from the dualistic. Mind can easily to manage samsara and nirvana. You can't see they're not different. It's the source of this, both are the same. And therefore it's the perfect sensualize of the truth, of the samsara and nirvana. That is that we call the nature of the reality. Of course, we need to have this image, general understanding. And then it's like mind to maintain the meaning of that. And then is we have, do you have good view or not good view? And you clarified your view more and more, the image of the sensualized, the nature of the true truth. Once there is such, we have confidence in order to develop that, then that is the Dharma, slowly to maturate it. Maybe it is like one day it's a manifestation of the sensualized mind, or the sensual mind, principal mind, and our own, the nature of the realities. And then it's other dualistic concept, right, wrong, and other these. And also it's like dualistic way of the thinking, making certain things may be dissolved, or dissolved and managed or purified. And then we should be called that Buddha, and we become that for happiness, forever happiness. And therefore we assess mind on the Dharma. And then it's like Dharma is afterward, we can see the principle, lake, and the supporter of the meditation. And meditation is the great purification of the mind. And also it's like a great changing process of the thoughts. And also it's like meditations, meditate on the unmistake of the view, that is the best. Unmistake view, meditate on it. And also it's like a second, maybe meditations, more concerning on another things. Can you provoke me? Mm-hmm.
I have a question about the view, the mind, and the pineal gland. Do you know? It's a scientific word, and I think it's in relation with the mind and the view.
Relationship between mind and view.
Uh-huh. What do you think?
And mind is need view mind itself. Mind has some view, image, and the mind itself. Mind can discover the mind. Mind to need to see the mind itself. Mind is need a picture. This picture is not absolute picture. But this picture is maybe it's the picture of the mind. And then it's like some teachers make the picture to say that is the picture of your mind. It is your mind's picture. But this is only picture. Actually, you should to see your mind. And then you look at this picture conceptually. Yeah, how it is this picture is the mind's picture. It is a shape, color, existent, no existent. How it is. We need to look again and again. And maybe in the certain point, you can to find the picture. But someone says like, can you describe the picture of your mind? They say, no. Can you express how it is? The picture of your mind? You can to say no. Then you haven't got any image of your picture, mind is picture of mind. Yes, I have. I have view, I have picture of the mind. How I can to describe, how I can to talk about it. Very difficult. And that is the mind should to have the view, mind itself. That means the picture of the mind. To clearly, through the camera, Photoshop of the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, and those Buddha and Bodhisattvas, or they also graduate great university of the mind photographer, the schools. And they have familiarities how to make pictures, how to have the picture of the mind. They experienced as such a lot, and then they're telling to us, this picture of your mind, I think it's look like this, that. And then you learn to study with that. Then you have some image of your own mind picture. That is the view. You have your view in your mind. Then this mind is a view. View itself is the mind. Then you maintain that in order to make the manifestation, to really to appear to in the front of the mind itself. Then its view is mind, mind is view. But this view, the means is like conceptually to have some picture, image of your own mind. And then that once you maintain at that moment, then you can to say, this is your view. View means it's like you are looking the picture of the mind. But maybe you have something clearly into your mind. This picture of the mind is, like this. But as I said, there are questions. Can you transcribe? Can you express? Can you say something? You know? Usually says, how? Make joke. If you receive one coffee, this coffee is Ital coffee. They put a little bit Irish whiskey, Thai chili, Tibetan samba, put mixed together, give to you. You are tasting. And then he said, do you have this, your coffee is tasted? Very much. Which kind of taste? How you come to transcribe? If you say no taste, you are tasty. You say it's delicious. You drink. You have a view on it, or you maintain this view at that moment. A view is the mind itself. Sometimes like we think it's the focal object. I'm concerned, look this, there is the view of the natural reality. I'm to put here. Then there's dualistic, not good. But view and the understanding of who is to has the view, there is the unification, united. Like kind of eyes and the appearances, it's united. Appearance, the form is eyes form. But what are you looking? The watcher and which is watch. It's be same. And then it's like kind of the single pointedness. And that I may say is like view is mind, mind is view. What you are meditating, what you meditate, what you have view, you need that one your me view. I have like a view, this view itself, sayer of this one is view. My joke is maybe a little strange, but maybe that is the point. You meditate on it, then you can to get the itself. It's now in our perspective, we are generally a little bit searching. One says, you should to understand the phenomena of these things. Beginning, we are searching impermanent and all the phenomena, outer-environmental or environmental, being, others, everything's form. But then, become very funny. Very, very funny. Externally, there's something is exist or no existence. Absolutely confused. Almost nothing. Nothing, then there is still something. If you say there's something, then nothing. And then it's like maybe to only concern the externally, it's just not much benefit. But then it's like to take the referent, to bring in word, to look at itself. Then you have your own view, how it is your mind. And then it's like you are thinker of the how it's the mind, or which is you think the how it's mind, is become the united. And then there's such you have good view, free view, no fixated, no partiality, no kind of the failing into the extremes. And this view is transparent, penetrated, universal, and that view is like the view of the yourself, and also the picture beginning. I think, therefore, I would to say is mind is view, my view is mind, but depends in the relative for absolute truth. Okay. Relatively, view is view, mind is mind. Absolutely, it's not different. And other questions?
We have ended the previous session with a question of what is the right way or the right view to meditate, right? And previously, just now you've mentioned that we should meditate on the mistake of the view.
A mistake view.
Yes, so can you talk about it?
Now I'm talking.
Okay. So that
I'm
is the
telling
mistake
to
of
that
the
law.
view or the
Yes,
right?
we are talking now.
Okay.
Correct view, unmistaked view, there's nothing preservation, nothing preserved into your mind. Maybe you can try to look at these things. Everything is we're talking about now is impermanent. Impermanent of the phenomena. Of course, this is part of the Dharma, but this is not really actually our own path. Our own path, we need a good view. View which kind of image to these phenomena. And then analyze. If you not analyze, it's not very much benefit. Analyze where it's come from, how it is, where is the abiding. It is which kind of particle, how it is the past, present, futures, connections. Mind perceived something, but perceiver itself who perceived. And this kind of a little bit, maybe in the future we can do more to study, more deep, we can more argue. At the moment, if I say something like this isn't very funny, it is like this. Maybe you hesitate, I don't understand. Maybe I give you something strange. But your mind is now quite very much close to the really is the methods of the Buddha's teaching. But it is not yet. Still you have such doubt. Still is your fogginess in the mind. Then it's slowly I can take. If you more analyze God deeply, more we can to argue. How to have the view, incorrect as you say, unmistakable view. View is very, very, very important. And also it's like a general view, the essence. It's the essence of the phenomena. For example, I can to say both of you. How it is both your law and yourself, the essence of your body, speech, mind, how it is. My questions. How it is. Why you say I don't know? It's you, yourself. Huh?
Well, I'm okay, and my body speech seems to be a bit confused
I don't
at this
want
moment.
This,
but
no, I don't want
doing
this
well.
one. I'm okay. But maybe it's not okay.
Maybe, yes.
Then there is maybe. Now we don't need to say it's the maybe. You know, there's one France, there's one young, like, I think I had saw the like 15 or 16 years old. She says, fantastic public talk, give a speech. She says, I don't know, where am I? I don't know who am I. I don't know where I can to get my path, how I can to realize it myself. That is the point. We do not realize it our own self, our own. Then this is problems. We don't recognize ourselves. We do not understand ourselves. Then how we can to understand externally? And when you first to enter the philosophies, then you need to meditate 4 application of the mindfulness. 4. Mindfulness on the body, mindfulness on the sensation, mindfulness on the mind, mindfulness of the phenomena. These 4 are the very basic. You need to research how it is my body, how it is my verb. Then it's like sensations, feeling. And then it's like kind of mind, receiver of the feeling and sensation. And then it's the phenomena. The phenomena maybe is we don't need, in the Buddhist way, we don't need to learn each of these things. What table, lamp, cup, computer, these things. You choose to pick up this vajja, maybe single object, how it is this kind of the coming, where it's come from, how it is abiding, how a destination. This single or part, if you really carefully single this vajja, you understand, liberated, then you don't need to searching everything. Main point you understand, then what you need to searching more? Not necessary. And then it's yourself, ourself is the body. Okay, my body is here. How it is? The essence of the body is what? This essence of verb, essence of the mind. When I have feelings happy, sorrow, neutral. When its feelings occur, immediately watching the feeling itself. Suffering feeling, happy feeling, coffee is it. Neutral feeling, nothing. Then you pick up this one. Then you become great science, great philosophy, great researcher, great in the Dharma path. To searching. And then it's the mind itself. Well, how it is. I'm talking, I'm moving, I'm using. It's not electronic gadgets I have mind. How it is. Searching. Negative is coming. This is my mind? No. Positive, this is my mind. Neutral, how it is. To research. When you research, then you discovered something. Fantastic. Discovered the perfect view. Correct view on body, sensation, mind, and phenomena. And this is included, it's like a representative of all the phenomena. If you understand that, then others, varieties of the unrestricted these phenomena, why we need to think? You essential in the point you understand, then others, like this. Okay, this is maybe like this, then we need to stop 5 minutes.